Hey everyone, I am Karen Witham-Walsh of Karen's Pots and Glass. Welcome back to my home studio here in my basement. I am a high school ceramics teacher and potter and YouTuber of ceramics tutorial videos to help people along their journey of working with clay. Today's video is going to be about Maker's Mark stamps. Now I have Maker's Mark stamps that I've shown in the past how to make these out of clay. You can always check that video out on my channel, and I'll link it in the video description below, and if you look up here you'll find a link to it as well. But Maker's Mark stamps can be lots of different things. They could be 3D printed. Now this is not mine, but it's one that was sent to me by Outpost Pottery. They could be rubber stamps. Like this is one where I had some rubber stamps made, and I just made some little bitty ones for Maker's Mark stamps. But some of the nicest ones are actually made of metal, and they have a really nice crisp edge. So I really wanted a Maker's Mark stamp that had two purposes. Number one, I wanted to be able to use it in clay, so I needed it to have a really nice crisp edge, so I got the detail in the clay. But the second thing was I really wanted one that could be used as wood burning in the wood tools that I make, and those are available on my Etsy shop. If you look up here above, you'll see some links. But the kind of tool that I ended up by getting, I did a little research online, and I could find a bunch of different people that sold them on Etsy, but it all seemed like maybe they were made abroad, and I really was looking for a company that made them here in the US. And I just Googled, and I found this great little company called Stamp Yours that's out of Cleveland. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I was wondering if we could do a partnership. So they sent me a stamp that I designed, and it is quite long. So it says my Karen's Pots and Glass on it. And the point of this is, again, I use it when I do my wood tools, and I burn it into the handle of the wood tools. That will be at the end of the video. I'll show that. But I wanted to show you how you could use these metal stamps real nicely in clay. So this is a longer one than normal. Most of the time they're, you know, smaller, like round or something, and they stamp real easily, like on the side. So on mine, I wanted to utilize it on a couple of these that have bevels, and the bevel will give me like a nice little area where I can just rock it and rotate it around. There we go. And there we go. It says Karen's Pots and Glass. And then I'll do the same thing on this big vase. I just want to orient it so it's not upside down. Okay. And I'm just going to, again, rock it around right on the bevel so you can see. Now it says Karen's Pots and Glass. So I don't normally stamp all of my pots with this one, because obviously if I had something with a trimmed foot, it would be hard to get it on a little piece with a trimmed foot. I did want to be able to utilize it on some of my clay pieces, but more so on the wood burning. So let's go to that now, and I'll show you the wood burning. All right, so now I'm going to show you how this can be used for wood burning. So this screws on, and I can't really touch it right now because it's already hot. The brass head just screws onto this, and this is the branding iron that is electric. I've had it sitting here heating up for like 10-15 minutes. It comes with this handy dandy little stand, because of course you would never want to set that directly on a table because it is hot enough that it can burn wood. So the way that I do this is I keep just a little spare piece of wood on hand, and I just test it to make sure that it's hot enough that it can start burning, and it is hot enough it can start burning. Now these are my wood tools that I'm going to burn. Again, if I am just using this on a pot, I'm not going to have it screwed on to it as I'm using it. And these do have sort of a rounded surface, so I'm going to just try to pick the flattest surface possible. And then I just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. And there we go. Now, where I've overburned it a little bit, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of sandpaper, and that'll take off a little bit of the overburn so it's a little bit more precise. And sometimes, because my tools are a little rounded, I'm missing some of the S's because it's starting to round down. That's not really a big deal for me, though. I just like to have some sort of identification on these when I go to sell them. That way, if people want them again, they know where to find me. So there we go. That is using the same metal little stamp as a wood burning tool. Now, you do not have to buy it with a branding iron. So, like, if you wanted just the metal end, they have them in brass and they have them in other metals. The brass one is designed specifically for being able to use with wood. So, you can get one that's not the brass end. And again, different sizes. I will put the link to the company, Stamp Yours, in the video description, so you can check them out. Again, a nice little American made company here in Cleveland, Ohio, and tell them that I sent you. All right, enjoy and keep potting if you can.